The Project Workbench.
You know what I think the world needs now? More hype about Batman. And this week's dosage comes courtesy of Comic Book Confidential. This is a new documentary that actually chronicles the entire history of comic books, and it features this talk with the author of The Dark Knight, Frank Miller.
There are a very few, maybe only 2 or 3 comic book characters that have been created that have stood, 5 decades of time and have been adapted 2 different times. With Batman, you've got a character you can describe in just a few seconds. Parents were murdered by criminals. He's warring on crime for the rest of his life. His motive is there. He looks great, and he is so simple in his design and in his concept that he's open to an incredible number of interpretations.
Good stuff for you Batmaniacs. Well, time for the number 2 film, and still making money, cowl over gloved fist, is Batman. Now, believe it or not, this is Kim Basinger's first hit movie ever, at least in the United States. And Kim says that hitting it off with the Cape Crusader felt great, and so does he.
Given the people from 2 to 92, say women, for instance, say, oh, the little kids say, oh, he's my hero, and then you grow up a little bit and say, oh, he's a cool dude, I love that rubber suit. And then the women have grown into, the little girls have grown into women, and they go, oh, it's a very sexy suit. I mean, it really is. So I rather like rubbing up against it,
You know, Kim's supposed to do an album sometime this year, I think.
And the man who wrote the Bat music has a secret life all his own.
Ask for more. Everybody's coming, big
Prince's Bat Dance went to #1 this week, and his album Batman has been at #1 for 4 weeks now. But as correspondent Dale Haramoto reports, there was more to the score of the movie than the songs on the charts. Danny Elfman, the lead singer of the group Oingo Boingo, is the musician who gave Batman its mood.
I had that simple ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, and all you had to hear is ba-ba-ba-bum-bum, and there he is, there's Batman.
Hold on.
This is just a copy of some of the music, some of the original music. And you can see I have my timing notes on the top. This is where Batman appears. There's a close-up. Here we have the bad guys. He shoots a thing out.
If the mood of the summer smash movie Batman truly is dark and brooding, a lot of the credit goes to composer Danny Elfman. As a matter of fact, Elfman has scored a number of films. He helped with the circus sound in Big Top Pee-wee and give a supernatural feel to Beetlejuice.
How important is the musical score to a film?
There's some films where the music really has to carry the audience through the movie, has to tip them off as to what to feel, and gives an expression to the scenes.
Elfman, the film composer, is also Elfman, the performer. His band Oingo Boingo has been rocking audiences for the last 10 years.
I love doing rock and roll. And nobody believes me when I say my first priority is still Oingo Boingo, is still the band. Yet, but I'm in the middle of a tour, I long for the simplicity of just writing pure music.
With 10 films under his belt and over 10 years with the band, Elfman is fortunate not to have to choose between films or live performance.
But no matter which one I'm doing, I'm really dying to do the other one again. That's why I really want to keep them both going, and I really do love them both.
In Hollywood, I'm Dale Haramoto, USA Today.
Elfman's Batman soundtrack was released today. It features the London Symphony Orchestra, and on the album cover, the bat plane over Gotham City.
After all the hype and a budget reportedly in excess of $40 million, Batman finally got off the ground last night, and the excess continued as a crush of fans and lines of stars were on hand for a Gotham-sized premiere. It wasn't Gotham City, but everyone in town turned out to see one of the most eagerly awaited films of the year. Batman brought out Batmaniacs and celebrities at its Los Angeles premiere.
Nice outfit. Wait till they get a load of me.
I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm at the Academy Awards. It's incredible.
I'm just excited about the whole thing.
I am a Batman fan. Biff, bam, Biffy, sow.
Star Michael Keaton wasn't talking as he walked in, neither was Jack Nicholson, who arrived after the film had started. But their performances as Batman and the Joker got rave reviews afterwards, especially from those fans lucky enough to get one of the free 1,000 seats at the premiere.
It was a fantastic movie, and Jack Nicholson was great.
I've loved Batman for a zillion years. I was worried that with all the publicity, people were, it might not live up to it. It surpasses it. This is great.
And the stars were just as enthusiastic.
It's powerful, it's mythic, it's big and psychologically complex and entertaining.
Jack Nicholson's just brilliant, completely out of his mind.
It's truly unbelievable. I mean, Michael Keaton is as good as it gets. Jack Nicholson, there is no one else to play the part. It is unbelievable.
Batman opens in theaters nationwide on Friday, and by the looks of things, if you start lining up now, you might get in to see it the first couple of days.
There were more Jokers than you'd find in a trick deck of cards, more Bat paraphernalia than you'd find in Bruce Wayne's basement, and enough stars to fill the audience at the Academy Awards. The man with the pointy ears and the black rubber suit drew a crowd of at least 8,000 in Los Angeles last night as Batman the movie finally premiered. Is the hype over, or has it just begun? Dale Harimoto reports.
An entire city block was cordoned off to hold the fans, and it took 2 theaters to hold everybody who had been invited to the premiere. And for those who weren't invited, the show outside was almost as exciting as the show inside.
I love Batman, and I loved everything. I like the car. I'm really excited to see the movie.
I hope it's a good movie. I've heard a lot about it, and it sounds a little darker than what I think a lot of people are expecting.
This is like coming back to my childhood.
Batman star Michael Keaton flew through the crowd of Bat fans, some of whom had been waiting for hours just to catch a glimpse of him.
The premiere party was supposed to be held here on the streets of Westwood with elaborate plans to recreate Gotham City. But Warner Brothers got nervous about security and decided to donate the money to charity instead. But it looks like a party, and it feels like a party. Is this a party? Yeah! It's a party!
Judging from the crowd's reaction, this may be the summer's longest party.
Michael's excellent, excellent. I mean, it's Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton together, but it's some great performances, though.
No, I loved it. Yeah, great action.
I thought it was great. It was action-packed. I wasn't bored for a second. I loved it.
I really loved it. Michael Keaton is wonderful. Great. Of course, Jack Nicholson was brilliant.
I thought they were both great.
But it was what the die-hard fans thought that really mattered.
It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And my man Jack was great.
I loved it. I thought it was great. Nicholson was just incredible. It was perfect. I've been reading comic books since I was 6 years old. They couldn't have done this movie any better. It's great. I love this movie. I'm going to see it over and over again.
And when do you get to see Batman? Friday's the official release, but theaters in several cities will jump the gun and show it late Thursday night. Among those attending one exclusive screening Thursday in Washington, D.C. will be Vice President Dan Quayle, along with his family. Afterward, he's reportedly going to attend a reception at the National Zoo's newly redecorated Batcave.